Hey there, you amazing people watching this video right now. Yes, you sitting there with your phone, laptop or TV, maybe snacking on some popcorn or just chilling after a long day. Have you ever had one of those moments where something so small, so ordinary, like dropping an ice cream cone, spirals into a life-changing encounter that makes your heart race and your mind spin with questions? Picture this, a sunny afternoon, a bustling boardwalk by the beach, the air thick with the smell of salt water and waffle cones, and a young woman, let's call her Mia, stands there, her strawberry ice cream splattered on the ground, her face a mix of frustration and embarrassment. She's just about to walk away, chalking it up to a bad day, when a stranger, a guy with a warm smile and eyes that seem to hold 1,000 untold stories, does something so unexpected, so pure, that it stops her in her tracks. He doesn't just offer her a napkin or a sympathetic nod. He hands her his own ice cream cone, untouched, and with it, something far more precious, his heart. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who is this guy? Why would he do that? Is this some kind of fairy tale romance? Or is there a twist waiting around the corner? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to unravel the mystery of what happens next, and trust me, it's a story that'll make you laugh, maybe tear up a little, and definitely keep you glued to your screen. This isn't just another love story, it's a roller coaster of emotions, unexpected connections, and a question that'll nag at you. Can one fleeting moment really change everything? Let's dive in, because I'm talking directly to you, and I promise, you're not going to want to click away until you know how this all plays out. Imagine yourself in Mia's shoes for a second. You're having one of those days where nothing seems to go right. Maybe you overslept, spilled coffee on your favorite shirt, or got stuck in traffic. And now, to top it all off, your ice cream is a sad, melty puddle on the pavement. You're ready to call it quits, maybe even laugh it off, but deep down, you're feeling that sting of disappointment. We've all been there, haven't we? Those moments where life feels like it's throwing one tiny curveball after another, and you're just trying to keep it together. That's where Mia is, relatable, human, and just trying to make it through the day. But then out of nowhere, this guy, let's call him Ethan, steps into the picture. He's not some Hollywood heartthrob with a scripted line. He's just a regular guy, maybe a little shy, with a worn-in baseball cap and a smile that feels like it's meant just for her. When he hands over his ice cream, it's not just about the gesture. It's about the way he looks at her, like he sees her, really sees her, in a way that makes her heart skip a beat. Now, I know you're curious, because I'm curious too. What's his deal? Is he just being kind, or is there something deeper driving him? Maybe he's got a story of his own, a reason why he's out here on this boardwalk, ready to give away more than just a scoop of vanilla. You're probably wondering if this is the start of something magical or if there's a catch. Maybe he's not who he seems, or maybe Mia's got her own secrets she's not ready to share. I'm not going to spoil it yet, but I'm promising you this. Keep watching, because I'm going to take you through every twist and turn of this story, and by the end, you'll have the answers you're dying to know. Let's talk about why this moment matters. Why it's got you leaning in a little closer to your screen right now. We all crave connection, don't we? That feeling of being seen, understood, maybe even swept off your feet by someone who just gets you. It's why we scroll through social media, why we binge rom-coms, why we dream about those serendipitous moments that feel like they're straight out of a movie. Mia and Ethan's story taps into that longing, but it's not just about romance. It's about what happens when two strangers, each carrying their own baggage, collide in a way that feels almost fated. Think about the last time you met someone new, someone who made you pause and wonder, whoa, what's their story? Maybe it was a barista who remembered your order, a coworker who made you laugh, or even a stranger who held the door open just a little longer than necessary. Those tiny sparks of connection, they stick with you, don't they? That's what's happening here, but on a whole other level. Mia's not just any girl. She's got dreams, fears, and a past she's trying to outrun. Ethan's not just any guy. He's got a reason for being at that boardwalk, a reason that's going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about him. I'm telling you, my friends, this story is going to hit you right in the feels, and I'm here to guide you through it, like we're sitting down with a cup of coffee, unpacking it together. You're not just watching a video, you're part of this journey, and I'm not letting you go until we figure out what happens next. Now let's set the scene a bit more, because I want you to feel like you're right there with Mia and Ethan, the sun warming your skin, the sound of waves crashing in the background, and the faint hum of a guitar player strumming somewhere down the boardwalk. The atmosphere is electric, full of possibility, but there's also this undercurrent of tension, like something big is about to happen. Mia's not just dealing with a dropped ice cream. She's at a crossroads in her life, trying to figure out who she is and what she wants. She's the kind of person you'd root for, Someone who's been knocked down a few times but keeps getting back up. Ethan, on the other hand, is a bit of a mystery. He's got that boy-next-door charm, but there's something in his eyes, a flicker of pain or maybe hope, that hints at a deeper story. When he hands her that ice cream, it's not just a sweet gesture. It's a choice, a moment that sets off a chain of events neither of them could have predicted. You're probably wondering, do they hit it off right away? Is this love at first sight, or is there something else going on? Maybe Mia's hesitant, unsure if she can trust this guy who's just walked into her life. Maybe Ethan's got his own reasons for reaching out, reasons that go beyond a simple act of kindness. I'm not going to give it all away just yet because I want you to feel that pull, that need to know more, just like I did when I first heard about this story. You're here for answers, and I'm going to deliver them, but you've got to stick with me, because this is where things start to get really interesting. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm not just telling you a story. I'm inviting you into a moment that could change the way you see the world. We've all had those what-if moments, right? What if you'd taken that chance, said hello to that stranger, or followed your heart instead of your head? Mia and Ethan's story is all about those what-ifs, about the magic that happens when you take a leap, even if it's just handing over an ice cream cone. But it's also about the risks, the doubts, and the questions that come with opening your heart to someone new. As we go through this video, I'm going to peel back the layers of their story, showing you how one small act can ripple out into something huge, something that might just make you believe in second chances, in love, in the idea that maybe, just maybe, the universe has a way of putting the right people in your path at the right time. You're probably sitting there, wondering if Mia takes the ice cream, if she smiles back at Ethan, or if she walks away, too guarded to let this moment change her. You're wondering if Ethan's as genuine as he seems, or if there's a secret he's hiding, something that'll turn this sweet encounter into something else entirely. I see you, I hear you, and I'm telling you. Keep watching, because I'm about to take you on a journey that's going to answer all those questions and more. But here's the kicker. Just as Mia and Ethan are about to take their first steps toward whatever comes next, something happens. Something neither of them saw coming, something that changes everything in an instant. What is it? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out, because this is where the real story begins, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Right where we left off, with Mia holding Ethan's ice cream cone and the boardwalk buzzing around them, the moment feels like it's suspended in time, like the world is holding its breath, waiting to see what happens next. The sun is dipping lower, casting a golden glow over the ocean, and the crowd moves in a blur. Kids running with kites, couples snapping selfies, and vendors calling out for cotton candy and cold drinks. Mia's standing there, her sneakers scuffed from the day's adventures, her dark hair falling loose from a messy bun, and she's looking at Ethan like he's some kind of puzzle she's not sure she wants to solve. That ice cream in her hand, chocolate with a perfect swirl, is melting just a little, dripping onto her fingers, but she barely notices because her mind is racing. Who is this guy? And why did he just hand over his dessert like it's nothing? Ethan standing a few feet away, hands shoved in the pockets of his faded jeans, his baseball cap tilted just enough to shade his eyes, and he's got this nervous half-smile that makes you wonder if he's second-guessing his bold move. You, my friends, are probably feeling that same itch of curiosity I felt when I pieced the story together. There's something about these two, something that feels like it's about to explode into a love story for the ages, or maybe crash and burn in a way that'll leave us all stunned. But let me pull you deeper into their world, because this isn't just about a dropped ice cream or a random act of kindness. There's a whole web of stories, secrets, and surprises weaving around Mia and Ethan, and I'm going to unravel just enough to keep you hooked, because trust me, you're not going to want to look away. Let's step back and get to know Mia a bit better, because she's not just some girl who fumbled her ice cream. She's 26, a graphic designer who moved to this coastal town a few months ago, chasing a fresh start after a rough breakup that left her questioning everything. Her choices, her dreams, even her ability to trust people. She's got this spark though, a creative energy that comes out in the way she doodles on napkins or hums off-key to songs on the radio. But lately, she's been keeping her walls up, guarding her heart like it's a fortress. That day on the boardwalk, she wasn't looking for anything special. Just a moment to herself, a chance to enjoy a strawberry cone and the sound of the waves, maybe to forget the emails piling up from her ex or the pressure of a big freelance project she's behind on. When her ice cream hit the ground, it felt like the universe was laughing at her, piling on one more tiny disaster. But then Ethan stepped in, and now she's holding his ice cream, and there's this flicker of something. Hope, maybe, or just the thrill of a stranger's kindness, that's making her wonder if she's ready to let someone new into her world. You're probably relating to Mia right now, aren't you? We've all had those moments where life feels heavy, and then something small like a stranger's smile makes you pause and think, maybe things aren't so bad. But here's where it gets juicy. Mia's not the only one with a story, and Ethan's got layers that are going to make you question everything you thought you knew about this chance encounter. Ethan, oh man, he's a whole mystery wrapped in a flannel shirt. He's 28, a part-time barista at a little coffee shop a few blocks from the boardwalk. But there's more to him than pouring lattes and wiping down counters. He's got this quiet intensity, like he's carrying a weight he doesn't talk about, and those who know him, like his coworker Sarah, who's been watching this whole ice cream moment unfold from a distance, say he's the kind of guy who listens more than he speaks. Sarah's perspective is key here, because she's got her own subplot brewing. She's been friends with Ethan for years, maybe even harbors a quiet crush, and she's noticed how he's been different lately. Distracted, always checking his phone, like he's waiting for something or someone. When she saw him hand over his ice cream to Mia, her eyebrows shot up, because Ethan's not the impulsive type. To Sarah, this wasn't just a nice gesture. It was a sign that something's stirring in him, something she hasn't seen before. Back on the boardwalk, Ethan's trying to play it cool, but his mind's racing too. Why did he do it? Sure, Mia's cute, with her freckles and the way she laughed nervously when the ice cream hit the ground, but there's something else driving him, something tied to a promise he made to himself a long time ago. I'm not going to spill all his secrets yet, but let's just say Ethan's got a reason for being at that boardwalk, and it's not just to grab a cone. You're probably wondering, did he know Mia before this? Is he running from something, or toward something? Keep those questions in your mind because I'm going to circle back to them, and you're going to want to know how this all ties together. Now let's throw in another layer, because this story isn't just about Mia and Ethan. It's about the world around them, the little details that make this moment feel alive. Picture the boardwalk as more than just a backdrop. It's practically a character in itself, with its weathered wooden planks, the faint creak of a Ferris wheel in the distance, and the chatter of tourists snapping pics for their Instagram reels. There's a street artist nearby, sketching caricatures, and he's caught a glimpse of Mia and Ethan's exchange, his pencil hovering as he wonders if he's witnessing the start of something epic. Then there's the older woman selling handmade bracelets a few stalls down, who's seen 100 moments like this over the years, but something about these two makes her pause, like she can sense the weight of what's unfolding. These little perspectives add to the tension, because they remind you that this isn't just a private moment. It's happening in front of a crowd, and every choice Mia and Ethan make is rippling out, catching eyes, sparking whispers. Maybe the artist will sketch them, turning their fleeting encounter into a piece of art. Maybe the bracelet seller will slip into the story later, with a bit of wisdom or a clue about what's really going on. For now though, it's all about the suspense. What's Mia going to do with that ice cream? Will she take a bite, say thank you, or hand it back and walk away? And what's Ethan thinking as he watches her, his heart pounding a little harder than he expected? You're feeling that pull, aren't you? That need to know what's next, to understand why this moment feels so big, so full of possibility and danger all at once. Here's where things get even more intriguing, because there's a shadow hanging over this sunny scene, a hint of something that doesn't quite add up. Mia's phone buzzes in her pocket, and she glances at it, her face tightening for just a second before she slips it back. It's a text, maybe from her ex, maybe from someone else entirely, but it's enough to make her hesitate, to remind her of the wall she's built around her heart. Ethan notices, because he's watching her closer than he wants to admit, and there's a flicker of doubt in his eyes. Did he misread her? Is she about to bolt? Meanwhile, Sarah, still watching from a distance, is starting to piece things together. She knows Ethan's been carrying a letter in his wallet for weeks, something he won't talk about, something that makes him go quiet whenever she asks. Could it have something to do with Mia? Or is there another piece to this puzzle? Something tied to Ethan's past that's about to collide with this moment? You're probably screaming at your screen right now, wanting answers, wanting to know if this is a cute meet cute or the start of something way more complicated. I get it, because I'm right there with you, piecing this together like a detective, and I'm telling you. Stick with me, because the story's about to twist in a way you won't see coming. Just as Mia opens her mouth to say something to Ethan, maybe a thank you or a question, a voice calls out from the crowd. A voice that makes both of them freeze, their eyes locking in a moment of shared confusion and fear. Who's calling? And why does it feel like everything's about to change? You're going to have to keep watching, my friends, because this is where the real drama kicks in, and I'm not letting you go until we figure out what's next. The boardwalk is alive with the hum of summer, the salty breeze mingling with the laughter of kids and the distant strum of that guitar player. But in this frozen moment, as a voice slices through the crowd, Mia and Ethan are caught in a bubble of tension that makes the world around them fade. Mia's still holding Ethan's chocolate ice cream, her fingers sticky, her heart pounding as she turns toward the voice. A man's voice, sharp and urgent, calling her name like it's a lifeline. Ethan's eyes narrow, his easy smile gone, replaced by a flicker of something darker, maybe protectiveness or fear, and you can feel the air between them crackle with unspoken questions. Who's calling her? Why does Ethan look like he's been punched in the gut? You sitting there watching this video are probably leaning forward, your curiosity burning, because this is no ordinary meet-cute anymore. It's spiraling into something bigger, something that feels like it could unravel everything. Let me pull you deeper into this story, because that voice isn't just a random interruption. It's the spark that ignites the main conflict, raising the stakes and throwing in a twist that'll leave you reeling. Stick with me, my friends, because I'm talking straight to you, and I promise by the end of this section, you'll be desperate to know what happens next. But I'm not going to give you all the answers just yet. This is about to get wild, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it. The voice belongs to Jake, a guy in his late 20s with a leather jacket and a stride that cuts through the crowd like he owns the boardwalk. Mia's face pales as she spots him, her grip tightening on the ice cream cone, and you can see the gears turning in her head. Should she run, stay, or pretend she didn't hear him? Jake's not just some random guy. He's her ex, the one who broke her heart 6 months ago, the one whose texts keep buzzing her phone, pulling her back into a past she's been trying to escape. But here's the twist. Jake isn't just here to stir up old feelings. As he gets closer, his eyes lock onto Ethan, not Mia, and there's a flash of recognition that makes your stomach drop. Do they know each other? Ethan's posture stiffens, his hands clenching in his pockets, and for a split second, you wonder if he's about to bolt. From Sarah's perspective, still watching from her spot near the coffee shop's pop-up stand, this is all wrong. Ethan's never mentioned a Jake, but the way he's reacting, it's like he's seen a ghost. Sarah's subplot thickens here, because she's starting to suspect that letter in Ethan's wallet, the one he's been guarding like a secret, might have something to do with this moment. You're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Is Jake the key to Ethan's mysterious past? Is this why Ethan was on the boardwalk, not just for ice cream but for some kind of confrontation? The tension is electric, and I'm telling you, this is the kind of drama that keeps you glued to your screen, wondering how these three lives are tangled together and what it means for Mia and Ethan's fleeting connection. Let's zoom in on Mia, because she's at the heart of this storm. She's not just caught between two guys. She's wrestling with her own fears, her own need to break free from the shadows of her past. Jake's sudden appearance isn't just a blast from the past. It's a reminder of everything she's been running from. The late-night fights, the broken promises, the way he made her feel small. But there's something different about Jake now, a desperation in his voice as he calls her name again, weaving through the crowd. He's not just here to win her back. He's got news, something big, something he says she needs to know. Mia's torn, she wants to hear him out, but Ethan's standing right there, his ice cream in her hand, his eyes searching hers like he's trying to figure out if she's worth the risk. And Ethan, oh man, he's not just some bystander. That letter in his wallet? It's not just a random note, it's a promise he made to someone years ago, someone who might be connected to Jake in ways he never expected. The stakes are skyrocketing now, because this isn't just about a cute moment anymore. It's about secrets, betrayals, and choices that could change everything. You're probably feeling that same knot in your stomach that I did when I first heard this part of the story, wondering if Mia's going to talk to Jake, if Ethan's going to walk away, or if this is all building to something even bigger. I'm right here with you, piecing it together, and I'm promising you, we're getting closer to the truth, but we're not there yet. Now let's add another layer, because this boardwalk isn't just a stage for Mia, Ethan, and Jake. It's a living, breathing place where every glance, every whisper, adds to the suspense. That street artist from before? He's sketching furiously now, capturing the tension between the three of them, his charcoal smudging as he tries to keep up with the drama unfolding. The bracelet seller with her weathered hands and knowing eyes, catches Mia's gaze for a moment, and there's a flicker of something. Maybe a warning, maybe encouragement, that makes Mia pause. These little side characters are starting to feel like they're part of the puzzle, like they know more than they're letting on. And Sarah, still watching from the sidelines, is starting to move closer, her own heart racing as she debates whether to step in or stay out of it. Her crush on Ethan is becoming a subplot of its own, because she's not just a bystander. She's wondering if she's about to lose him to Mia, or if there's a chance to finally tell him how she feels. The crowd around them is starting to notice the tension too, with tourists slowing down, whispering, snapping pics for their TikTok stories, turning this private moment into a public spectacle. You're probably imagining yourself there, caught up in the drama, wanting to shout at Mia to make a choice, at Ethan to spill his secrets. Leaving her to her new path. Lily, tears in her eyes, pulls Ethan into a hug, whispering that she's never stopped believing in him. The crowd around them starts to disperse, the street artist finishing his sketch, the bracelet seller smiling like she knew it would end this way. It's a resolution that feels earned, like a deep breath after a long run. Mia and Ethan aren't a couple yet, but they're two people who've found something real in each other, a connection born from a dropped ice cream and a moment of courage. Sarah, too, finds her peace, knowing she's been the friend Ethan needed, and she walks back to the coffee stand with a lighter heart. You're probably feeling that warm glow of a story coming together, but I'm not done yet, because there's one final twist that's going to leave you stunned. Just as Mia and Ethan start to walk down the boardwalk together, the tension easing, the sun setting in a blaze of orange and pink, the bracelet seller calls out to Mia, holding up a small, woven bracelet with a tiny charm shaped like an ice cream cone. "This is for you," she says, her eyes twinkling with a knowing look. Mia takes it, confused, and notices a folded note tucked into the weave. She unfolds it, her breath catching as she reads the words. "For the girl who dropped her ice cream, may you find sweetness again." It's signed, Emily. The camera zooms in on Mia's wide eyes, then pans to Ethan, who's frozen, because he recognizes the handwriting. It's the same as the letter in his wallet, the one he's never opened. The bracelet seller is gone when they turn to look, vanished into the crowd like she was never there, leaving them with a mystery that feels almost supernatural. Was she Emily's mother, a friend, or something else entirely? How did she know? The video ends with Mia and Ethan standing side by side, the note in her hand, the ocean waves crashing softly, and a sense that their story is just beginning. You're probably sitting there, jaw dropped, because I know I was when I pieced this together. This isn't just a love story, it's a reminder that life's smallest moments, like a dropped ice cream, can lead to connections that change everything. Keep this with you, my friends. Take the chance, open your heart, because you never know when the universe is about to hand you something sweet. Leaving her to her new path. Lily, tears in her eyes, pulls Ethan into a hug, whispering that she's never stopped believing in him. The crowd around them starts to disperse, the street artist finishing his sketch, the bracelet seller smiling like she knew it would end this way. It's a resolution that feels earned, like a deep breath after a long run. Mia and Ethan aren't a couple yet, but they're two people who've found something real in each other, a connection born from a dropped ice cream and a moment of courage. Sarah, too, finds her peace, knowing she's been the friend Ethan needed, and she walks back to the coffee stand with a lighter heart. You're probably feeling that warm glow of a story coming together, but I'm not done yet, because there's one final twist that's going to leave you stunned. Just as Mia and Ethan start to walk down the boardwalk together, the tension easing, the sun setting in a blaze of orange and pink, the bracelet seller calls out to Mia, holding up a small, woven bracelet with a tiny charm shaped like an ice cream cone. "This is for you," she says, her eyes twinkling with a knowing look. Mia takes it, confused, and notices a folded note tucked into the weave. She unfolds it, her breath catching as she reads the words. "For the girl who dropped her ice cream, may you find sweetness again." It's signed, Emily. The camera zooms in on Mia's wide eyes, then pans to Ethan, who's frozen, because he recognizes the handwriting. It's the same as the letter in his wallet, the one he's never opened. The bracelet seller is gone when they turn to look, vanished into the crowd like she was never there, leaving them with a mystery that feels almost supernatural. Was she Emily's mother, a friend, or something else entirely? How did she know? The video ends with Mia and Ethan standing side by side, the note in her hand, the ocean waves crashing softly, and a sense that their story is just beginning. You're probably sitting there, jaw dropped, because I know I was when I pieced this together. This isn't just a love story, it's a reminder that life's smallest moments, like a dropped ice cream, can lead to connections that change everything. Keep this with you, my friends. Take the chance, open your heart, because you never know when the universe is about to hand you something sweet.